Okay, so if we're going to, if you want to use the dealer source, and I'm just going to give you the intro to it because it's really complicated. If I mean, it can be really complicated, but it works really well for very simple things. So open up a table. I'm just going to do it in BBO Plus. And when you open a table to use the deal source, you have to be using either the teaching or the bidding table, right? Those are the only two that will control how many points you get. So let's say I'm going to put it on teaching table. And then I'll open the table, right? And maybe I'll sit north and I'll sit south. You would put your partner up there and maybe throw a couple of robots in here. Now, I don't want these to be random. I want us to get the majority of points. I want north-south to have the majority of points. So what you do is you go to deal source, okay? And then you have some options. Use save deals. Let's say you want to bid a bunch of hands that you've saved. You would do that, right? And then you can go through your folders and find all of the, find something that you want to do. The advanced one I never have used. This is coding, so I've never used that. But I do use this very often. And we start by opening a constraint set. And then you can choose the dealer. Like if you don't want them to start the bidding, we could just say that always south is the dealer. Let's do this as a no trump hand, as a matter of fact. So we want south to be the person who bids. So they're the first dealer. Now this one you can skip, or if you just want them to be fairly random, but you want to get most of them, you could say that we're always going to get 22 points. Right? You can, and if you don't want to practice slam hands, you can knock that down. So we're always going to get between 22 and 25 points. Okay. So that one, and then you can just go from there. And clicking off puts you there. Now every deal you'll have that amount of points, and then you can practice your random bidding, knowing that you will probably be the people with the majority of points. Now deal source. Let's say you want to go, you want to change this slightly. So you've made this constraint set. So click on that, and there's all of the work we've done it. Now look at this. If you hit constraints here, it will give you more options. Now it is giving you just South's hand, but you could do this for anybody's hand, right? Just South's hand, and you can say, I want this guy to have, let's say we're practicing on no trumps. I want him to have 15 to 17 points, right? And then what else do you need for a no trump hand? Well, we want everybody to have at least 2 cards in the suit. We don't want to practice any stiffs. Now, if you use the coding thing I told you about, it can be even more. And what's the maximum number of cards we want them to have is 5, right? Now, this will give you a reasonable chance of getting mostly 1 no trump openers. Remember, south we already set is the dealer. Now, we probably want our north to have some hands that they can respond to, right? So we hit plus, and we're going to add another constraint. And on this constraint, the second we'll put north in there, and we'll say north always has 10 points. Okay, so we're going to practice all the game bidding. Let's give them 18 points. Now that means some of these are going to be slam tries as well, right? So, and let's leave all this alone, right? Now if you wanted to practice major bidding, like you could put some cards in there, crease these, but we're going to leave them all like that. And then when we go click off of it, and now let's see, 7, 8, 3, right? 11 points there. 6, 7, 10 points there. So that's working. And look at our hand. Sometimes you get, because of the way we set it, and I find it worth it, we may not be opening 1 trump. And if you just want to practice 1 no trump and not these other things, just get rid of it. It takes 2 seconds, right? And there, and 5-4, probably don't want to do that one. If you're having a bad day like this, you can go back in and say, okay, let me do this. Deal source and constraint set. And I'm going to go to the constraints, and we're going to go to South's hand, right, which was 1. I say, okay, I'm going to do this so that make sure I'm not getting too many of those. So maybe max on some of those 4. In other words, I'm making a flatter hand. And of course I get a 5-4 in hearts. There we go. So, and we'll start pulling more 4-4-3s and 5-4 3-2s and things like that. And then we can practice our bidding. Now, if you want to be on practice your defense, right, you just sit yourself in West hands now, right? We want to practice our no trump defense. So turn these guys into robots. And we'll sit this way. Oops, this guy, I want a robot there. Turn these guys into robots. I guess I felt robotic. Turn these guys into the robots and sit this way. Now they're always going to be bidding at no trump contracts. And we get, these are random, they're based off of whatever set those. And we can practice our defense against no trump. Maybe we'd lead a queen diamonds here. All right, we'd see 10 points in the dummy, 15 points there, 25. So, Westo is sitting over here with 28 and knows his partner has 12 points or so. He's going to find out that he doesn't have any diamonds. Right? Might give a signal. Really would like a heart lead, maybe. Clubs. So it might just say, this is not where I want anything. I'll just say that's upside down. Now they're going to go at work. They're going to get their 3 spade tricks. Probably using this as an entry, I imagine. Yeah, for a heart. See, their defense said they're not interested in spades. Might as well try a club then, right? Here comes another heart. Must be trying to set up hearts in their hand, right? Should we just go for it? We got 2 tricks. Yeah, and if you decide that's all you're ever getting, you can cash out your clubs. Cash out 2 clubs, stop at 4. Anyways, that's how you would go about it. Use deal source and constraint sets. Right? Now notice if you want to just sit down and you don't care what you're bidding, right? You don't care, anything about a specific subject. You can just, notice we already used 1 constraint set this time, so this will be constraint set 2. You can just go down here and give yourself, like, let's say you want to practice slam bidding. North-south handicap, 29 to 35 points. Right? You can control the dealer, right? We went over that. You can control the dealer. So let's say you don't really want East and West to be interfering as much. So you can say, yeah, one of us will open every hand. Right? And then you'll pull up enough where you will end up trying to having a slam bidding. There's 20. This hand is 8, 10, 11. So they're up to 31 points. Heart slam might be there. There's the diamond transfer. And there we go. So you could be having this auction if you were sitting north-south. Anyways, that's how you do that.